Coming up on the October 18th edition of the Met Report, we get an update on our undefeated women's soccer team.
And we find the scariest haunts of the Halloween season.
And craft beer flows through Denver. All this and more on the Met Report. Welcome to the Met Report. I'm Erik Gallion.
And I'm Cinthia Maldonado. Metro sees the benefits of student housing and its impacts on student life. Jesse Salazar takes us to the campus and finds out what students think about the possible new addition.
Metro State continues to study how campus living will affect students socially and academically.
Does living on campus change our involvement in school? Does living on campus or at home really differ? And will it make us want to succeed more because of those we surround ourselves by? With Metro considering the idea of building houses by Einstein, we asked freshmen what they thought.
I'm more inclined to join student activities or something like that because there'd just be a lot more kids around me, I feel like. It's about the same as living at home. If I'm ever lonely or something like that, I'll just go over to a friend's house or apartment.
Yeah, I'm living with my parents. Free living and free food, basically. My mom cooks dinner, so it's awesome. I think it would be a great opportunity. I'm just not quite sure if I would want to live on campus, mostly because I'm so used to living at home, but it would be a great opportunity, and I would definitely visit it to see what it was like.
The question is, if student housing does improve academics and social life, where will the housing go? And how will Metro fund this?
Definitely love staying here a while because it's a big improvement from where I moved. I like it a lot more. It's pretty comfortable too. So.
We'll find out more if Metro will proceed in student housing and how it will affect us. I'm Jesse Salazar for the Met Report.
Are you wondering what to do after graduation? MSU's Office of Alumni Relations offers a postgraduate seminar on October 31st in Tivoli 320 at 9 a.m. Graduate school might be a good option for those looking to increase their overall earning potential. Decided and undecided grad students are welcome and will get valuable information about grad school.
More construction on the Auraria campus has impacted another parking lot. The Holy parking lot besides the St. Cajetan Center will receive an electrical upgrade. The lot's entrance will move to 8th and Lawrence, while the exit will be on 7th and Curtis. The reserved spots for the disabled will be directly behind Cajetan's along Lawrence Way. For those wishing to park elsewhere, the 7th Street Garage has plenty of parking and is still only $6.
This past weekend, Myles Potter, Jake Holgerson, and I journeyed through the masses just to find out what was happening at the convention center. What we found was one of the largest gatherings of craft brewmasters and sud enthusiasts in the world. 49,000 people are here at the Great American Beer Festival. Tickets sold out in 20 minutes. Attendees received a tasting cup to sample 1-ounce portions of 138 different beer styles. The tasting went over the course of 3 days.
32 years ago, there were 22 different breweries here at the American Beer Festival. This year, there's 616 different breweries giving over 3,000 different types of beer. That's 32,500 gallons worth of beer in the hall.
But all that beer wasn't for drinking. The main event happened while the fans waited outside. The award ceremony brought craft brewmasters from all over the country to compete in over 80 categories.
Personally, that I've done a lot of traveling. I've had visited many of you, many brewers throughout the USA this year. As a matter of fact, it's the first time in decades that I have not traveled outside the country.
Great American Beer Fest, one of the biggest beer conventions in the United States. And in 2015, they're going to expand another 30%.
Even though there was over 600 breweries, it was all about Colorado. Colorado breweries won 42 awards of the 260.
Love Colorado beer. Colorado is such an awesome beer state, and we're so lucky. Go Colorado.
Great American Beer Fest only comes once a year, but remember, always drink responsibly.
Brewery breweries weren't only focused on crafting beers and winning awards. The Left Hand Brewing Company also raised money to aid the victims of the Colorado floods. Community and event spokesman Joshua Goldberg tells us about the Left Hand Brewing Foundation and their involvement with the recent disaster.
Left Hand Brewing Foundation was really created to be an avenue for us to generate kind of a fund where we can direct resources and direct money to local efforts, issues that are important to us. And as it turned out, just this summer, Mother Nature gave us these floods.
The foundation so far has raised $64,000. If you'd like to donate, text REBUILD to 27722.
What do you get when you combine big-name artists and a chance to help people? How about one of the biggest benefit concerts Colorado has ever seen? Artists like Dave Matthews Band, The Fray, and Big Head Todd and the Monsters are coming together for a one-day concert called Colorado Rising. The show is put on to help raise money for victims of the recent floodings. The concert takes place Sunday, October 27th at 6 p.m. at the First Bank Center. All proceeds for the show go directly to the United Ways of Colorado Flood and Recovery Fund. For tickets, you can visit tickethorse.com or call 866-461-6556. Tickets range from $65 to $125 plus the added service charges. So the Fray is a local band, and it looks like they're going to help out locals of Colorado. Isn't that kind of cool?
That's awesome. With a combination of great local artists, this is going to be a successful fundraiser.
Definitely.
Well, coming up after the break, one of our reporters heads out for the hills, and Lennox Williams talks about the big artists coming to Denver. We'll be right back.
MSU Denver Counseling and Peer Education is hosting the National Depression Screening Day on Monday, October 21st from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the Tivoli Turn Hall. They are offering free confidential screenings and is open to everyone. For more information, call 303-556-3132 or stop by Tivoli 651.
Welcome back. The leaves are changing beautifully, which makes a treat to be outdoors. Many Coloradans find fall to be the best time to stay active outside. For many, cooler air makes for a more invigorating workout whether you're walking, hiking, biking, or doing other sports. Get your heart pumping on park trails where you can also take in the rich autumn colors. If there's snow on the ground, cross-country, skiing, or snowshoeing are great ways to exercise. But try to stick with your workout. The goal is to form a habit. Give it a go for the season and you may be well on your way. This time of year not only gives us great sights to see, but also brightly colored seasonal fruits and vegetables that complement a good workout.
With fall being in full season, our very own Michael Rombaum gets us up to date on some great outdoor activities and ideas next time the government shuts down.
Due to the recent government shutdown, all the national parks are closed, including 4 of them here in the state of Colorado. So one has to ask, where do I go for a little outdoor activity? Well, we caught up with Metro's own Dave Lamont for the Inside Scoop.
Unfortunately, yes, all the national parks are going to be shut down. Fortunately, we live in Colorado and there is just a plethora of places to go. I'll speak to the Front Range really quickly. So we have Golden Gate Canyon, which is just north of Golden on your way to Boulder. El Dorado Canyon, also on your way to Boulder, just south of town. Closer places, Evergreen, Conifer, Indian Hills, Genesee. Those places aren't going to be too far, within a half-hour driving of Denver or so.
The Auraria Event Center also has both indoor and outdoor activities, if you want to stay a little bit closer to downtown.
So our event center is Monday through Thursday, open from about 6:30 a.m. till just about 8 p.m. Friday we're open till about 6:30, and on Saturdays we're open till about 4. Anytime the gym is open, rock climbing wall is open, the fitness center is open, the basketball courts have drop-in hours and all that type of stuff. As far as the Outdoor Adventure Center goes, Outdoor Adventure Center hours are Monday through Friday, 12 to 4, is when we actually have staff in the office. You can always contact me or Brian Ferguson, the actual director of Outdoor Adventure, anytime between really 8 a.m. and 4 p.m., just to get questions answered or come talk to us.
For the Met Report, I'm Michael Ronnebaum.
Thanks, Michael. Denver PD has been chosen to pilot body cameras for a 2-month period. These body cams are designed to monitor police and civilian interactions. The ACLU of Colorado hopes that these body cams will restore public trust in law enforcement by providing transparency and accountability.
A proposed Denver law could soon see the smell of marijuana deemed illegal. The Denver City Council meeting on Monday drew heavy criticism from supporters of Amendment 64, questioning its constitutionality. The bill contains provisions stating that the smell or sight of marijuana, even on private property, could warrant a fine of $1,000 or a year in jail. The bill would extend to City Park and the 16th Street Mall. Amendment 64 committee members believe that the bill overreaches boundaries and would lead to illegal search and seizure procedures. The bill is currently postponed until further notice. Erik, it hasn't even been a year since Amendment 64 was passed, and people are already questioning its legality. I think that's a problem.
Yeah, well, they can find issues with the smell of marijuana smoke, but I would like to see this kind of go further and go to cigarette smoke.
So I hope our city council finds the right measures to approach both of these issues.
Sure.
After the break, Lennox Williams brings you the latest in Denver entertainment, and Myles Potter has the latest in Metro sports.
But first, Jesse Salazar has next week's weather forecast. Is it looking like more snow, Jesse?
It doesn't look like that snow will be sticking around. It seems to be warm and sunny all week. That front that we did experience last night and this morning will be making its way east, pushing the precipitation along with it. We did wake up this morning to some beautiful Colorado snow and some rain, but it won't be sticking around, so don't get too used to it quite yet. There is a high pressure system moving up, creating some warm and dry conditions, as well as a surface high moving from Texas south up north towards Denver, creating a clockwise rotation. Moving on to Sunday, we see that the precipitation and that cold front continues to move out east and will not affect us here in Colorado. We will stay dry and pretty warm throughout the week. Moving on to our local weather. If you take a look at Boulder, we have a high of 64 and a low of 39. So if you're going out to support those CU Buffs, be sure to bring a jacket. As we take a look further south, we see that Alamosa has a high of 54 and a low of 21. So it will be pretty chilly, but also nice. Moving on to Sunday. We can see that the western side continues to stay pretty sunny, so if you're going out for a nice snowboard or ski ride, it will be beautiful. Also, if you take a look over here at Denver, we see a high of 62 and a low of 30. So while watching that game, be sure to dress appropriately when you're at that bar drinking that ice cold beer, rooting on those Broncos. Moving on to your 5-day forecast, we will see that it stays in the mid 60s throughout the week and is beautiful and sunny, but it also drops to the upper 30s in night, so it will be pretty chilly and cold. It is that fall Colorado weather. I'm Jesse Salazar. We'll be right back.
Now and then I get insecure from all the pain. I'm so ashamed. I am beautiful, no matter what they say. Words can't bring me down.
Where I bring Hollywood a mile high.
Aligning the Hollywood stars over Denver.
I'm here to bring you the latest juicy gossip from the Mile High to the streets of Hollywood.
Give your most handsome look to that camera.
Where I'll be bringing you the latest gossip from Tinseltown all the way up to a mile high.
I didn't get any injuries. I was okay. I was doing a little dancing, these, you know.
Check us out every Friday live at 12:30 p.m. on The Met Report.
Now joining us for EntertainMET is Lennox Williams. What's hot in entertainment, Lennox?
Some of the biggest artists are making their way to the Mile High City this weekend. Pink will be gracing us with her beauty at her concert at the Pepsi Center tonight at 8 p.m. Get your tickets fast because they're selling out. If you're into some alternative rock, then check out Naked and Famous. They'll be performing at the Fillmore Auditorium also at 8 p.m. On Saturday, check out the legendary female duo Salt and Pepper. They'll be at Cervantes performing some of their greatest hits at 9 p.m. Also on Saturday, don't forget about the lyricist KRS-One. He'll be performing at Cervantes Other Side at 8 p.m. Halloween is around the corner, so it's time for you to get into the spirit. I'll bring you the top 5 costume stores for this season. Start at number 5, the Disney Store. Number 4, Party City. Number 3, Wizard's Chess. Number 2, Disguise Costume. And finally, number 1, Goodwill. It's the best way to get a hot costume for less. I went around campus to hear what other students are planning to be for Halloween.
Oh my God.
I plan to be a zombie this year.
Messi from Barcelona.
I'm going to be Carmen Sandiego.
I'm thinking I might go as something kind of punk rock. Be a police officer.
I'm making a dragon tamer costume.
Well, I'm thinking of being a zombie cowboy since I got the hat thing going on.
Don't just stop with the freaky costume. If you really want a freaky experience this Halloween, check out the 13th floor.
Spider, sit down beside her and then miss my man's face away.
Yup, it's that time of year again, Halloween. Are you ready to get scared? Then the 13th floor will do you some good.
Come to the 13th floor, you should expect to see a lot of things that you're not going to see anywhere else. We've got a house that's going to be overrun by zombies. Then you're going to take an elevator down to the 13th floor where there's a lot of big monsters. There's a lot of scares. There's a new La Llorona area where, if you're familiar with that legend, it's pretty creepy.
With blood gushing all over, no wonder why this haunted house is one of the top 5 scariest places in the Mile High. This year, the 13th floor has some new gut-tingling attractions.
Our new main attraction this year is the La Llorona area. It's a Mexican-themed church and village. We've got La Llorona that may fly over you. We've got butcher shop, a lot of different little things for a Mexican village.
The scariest hours are 7 to 11 weekdays and 7 to midnight on weekends. Take a break from studying midterm and go to the 13th floor, because you'll get a lot out of it.
So whether you're the person, crawling through because you're terrified, or you're the person in the group that's laughing at him, having a good time, then you're running out of here. You've had a good time, and that's what everybody comes out saying.
Lennox, I went to the 13th floor last week and I was scared. People were grabbing my feet and they were in my face and I was like, ooh, but I had a great time.
It was fun, but I'm still shaking my pants, as you see.
I was scared the whole time.
So it's definitely worth the
Definitely worth it.
The dollars.
Definitely.
I can't say. What am I saying, duck?
We all have to check it out again.
Thanks, Lennox. So after the break, Myles Potter covers Metro Sports. We'll be right back.
All night long and do it all again so I can find my way back home.
The sun seems to shine a little less since you've been gone.
You were the one I wanted. Don't stray, don't ever go away.
I'll just smile and everyone will wanna go with it. Oh.
From the Colorado School of Mines in Golden.
To Black Hills State University in South Dakota.
To Colorado State University in Pueblo.
For more than 100 years.
The Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference
has stood for excellence in the classroom and on the playing field.
with 14 great colleges and universities.
Student athletes in the RMAC achieve on a national stage
while earning their college degrees.
The Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference, continuing the tradition of excellence.
Now joining us for Met Report Sports is Myles Potter. Myles, how's the women's soccer team doing?
We start off with tennis as Metro's freshman Naomi Holopainen made a trip to Florida this last weekend for the ITA Small College Championships. Holopainen would finish 8th in the tournament. She becomes only the second player in school history to qualify for this tournament. This wraps up a great fall season for our tennis team and for Holopainen, who won the regional tournaments to start the month. After a win at UCCS, volleyball looked to continue their winning ways down south as they played New Mexico Highlands last Friday. The Roadrunners made quick work of the Cowgirls, winning 3-0. The Roadrunners held the Highlands to a .052 hitting percentage, by far the Roadrunners' best defensive game this season. Alyssa Heath led the team with 10 kills and hit a .238. On the defensive side, Lauren Quijano and Kai Hogeland hit a team-high 5 blocks each. The next night, they continued their road trip and headed to western New Mexico, where they lost in 3 sets. They also had a game last night against CSU Pueblo and won in a very exciting 5-set match where Metro had to come back from a 2-0 deficit. You can check out highlights of that game at GoMetroState.com. The Roadrunners will be back in action tonight against Western State, where it's Dig Pink Night in support of breast cancer awareness. So wear your pink and get in for free. Men's soccer took on their rival Fort Lewis last Friday. The Roadrunners ended the Skyhawks season last season, so they're definitely looking for some revenge. Metro started out slow as their first shot didn't come until the 32nd minute, but Kevin Picalico would finally break the ice in the 44th minute, scoring his first goal of the season. Second half now, and the Skyhawks continued to apply pressure to the goalkeeper Keegan Hand, who made 7 saves. But in the 72nd minute, Danny Rubla sprinting past everyone and gets a rocket shot off that ends up in the back of the net. But Fort Lewis would not go away without a fight as Zach Lawrence beats Hand, who doesn't have the hops. But there was no way the Roadrunners were going to let them have this one, and they would add an insurance goal for a 3-1 win. We talked to Calico after the game.
Fort Lewis is our rival, and we knew it was going to be a tough game no matter what. And, it was a tough game. Even when we jumped out 3-1, it was only a relief once, the game was over. So it was a good win for sure.
Metro hosted Adams State for Senior Day on Sunday and won 1-0, improving Metro to 7-2-3 on the season and 5-1-1 in conference play. The Roadrunners will try to continue their winning streak under the lights in Colorado Springs tonight against UCCS. On Friday, number 18 Metro beat Regis 2-1. On Sunday, the unbeaten Roadrunners looked to improve and make it a 2-win weekend against Mesa. In the 32nd minute, the Roadrunners had a corner kick, and the Mesa player thought she was playing volleyball, but that's a no-no. Becca Medina converts on the PK. Metro up 1-0. Zariah Fair, the freshman defender, would fire between 2 Mesa players and get her first career goal. In the second half, it was more of the same as Metro's Brandon Farley finds the back of the net in the 55th minute. They would add 2 more as the Roadrunners sprint past the Mavericks 5-1.
We knew that it would be tough. We went into overtime at Mesa and ended up getting that goal in the second overtime, so we knew it would be a battle. Mesa's come on here in the last couple of years and surprised us and beat us 3-0, so I think for us it was about making sure we showed up to play and playing a good 90 minutes, and I thought we did today, and that's something that we've continued to try to work on this season.
With the win, Metro improves to 9-0-3 and 7-0-1 in the RMAC. They also moved up 6 positions in the top 25 poll. They are now ranked 12th. Metro will host Colorado Christian for the second time this year today at 3 at the Auraria Fields.
So you're going to get there early today?
Yeah, I'm going to get out of here a little bit here and head over to the field.
Yeah, don't forget your cold beverages.
Yeah, and just a side note, our women's basketball team is ranked 24th in the preseason poll, and our national runners-up last year ranked number 1.
That's what I'm talking about.
Wow. That's going to do it for this week's edition of the Met Report. For Erik, Gallion, Jesse Salazar, Lennox Williams, Myles Potter, and the rest of the Met Report staff, I'm Cinthia Maldonado. We'll see you on campus and have a great weekend.